Hi everyone, it's Robin. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I know I did. I got completely spoiled, got a lot of crafty goodies and other goodies, and so maybe in another video I'll share a couple things. But anyway, this video I wanted to share with you how I substituted or came up with my own idea for something I didn't have during Tim's 12 tags of Christmas. On day 3 he shared a tissue tape flower, and I didn't have the tissue tape. I did a lot of substituting of things during his 12 tags, and to me that was part of the fun, rather than go out and you know, buy what I need that day, which I don't have access to anything like that here local to me. But so anyway, what I did was I just used Vellum, and I shared that on my blog when I posted my tag that day, and I had quite a lot of people leave comments or email asking if I would share how I did that. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to actually share the tutorial for the tissue tape flower. I'm going to point you to Tim because it was his tutorial. Now, I don't know if it was original to him or not. To me, that's irrelevant, but because it's going along with what he did that day, I'll have the link to his tutorial for how to do the technique for the tissue tape flower at the bottom of the video here. So, but what I am going to share with you is how I did the improvising by using Vellum. Let me see if I can get it in there so you can get a good look at it. Just same technique he used, just with what I had on hand. And to me, like I said, that's part of the fun is using what you have and just making it work. So I'm going to share with you, hopefully. I got to hurry though. I got my hubby sick and a couple of my kids are sick, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in my craft room today, but I wanted to be able to share that with you. So what you're going to need is some vellum paper. This is 8.5 by 11. It's not the vellum cardstock. That may work, but it may be a little stiff for the pleating. But you can play around and see if that'll work. And I am using a musical note stamp that came from Michael's when we were in the States this past summer. And this was actually, Claudia had sent a gift card for my birthday, and so this was a gift from Claudia. This was one of the things that I bought with her gift card. And also, you're going to need some, I'm using StazOn, some, just some quick dry solvent-based ink. So, of course, with StazOn, you don't want to slather it in there because you won't get a good image, but just light kisses all over the place here, just to make sure you get a good coverage. This is sliding all over the place because it's on the vellum. Okay, I think that's hopefully good. And then, actually I did smear a bit, so I'm going to flip this over. You'll need to heat set this or set it aside to dry when you're done here. And with the size stamp that I have, it'll fit 3 times on the 8.5 by 11 sheet, of course lengthwise. I'm just trying to make sure I get all the, I don't miss any spots from the stamp. Okay, so that's one. And I'm not going to worry too much about lining up. Like, I'm not going to use my, what's that thing called? Stamp-a-ma-jig or anything like that. Because when you'll see as we go along, it really won't matter, if they're perfectly lined up. Because really we're just making a ribbon. Okay. I'll try somewhat to get it where I don't overlap. Oops, I think I might have done that one upside down. Like I said, it really won't matter. Okay. And then one more. And then you're going to want to hit this with your heat tool for just a second. Vellum's perfectly fine to use a heat tool on as long as you keep the heat gun moving. Okay. Okay, it's going to get noisy for just a couple seconds. Sorry about that. Okay, hopefully that's dry enough. Let me get my paper trimmer in here. Now, this is not my favorite paper trimmer to use for this, but my Fiskars one needs a new blade, so, and I forgot to do that before the video. So, it's not easy to line up, so forgive me if I'm a little bit extra fussy with it. Okay, so what I did, this is 3/4 inches wide, and I left it, of course, the 11 inches. So I'm going to just do 2 of those right now. Of course, you can do the whole sheet and do a bunch of them and have them on hand if you think you're going to use a whole lot of these. Okay, let me set this aside. Okay, so I have 2 strips here that are 3/4 inches wide by 11 inches long, and I don't have a really nice Xyron, mainly because the refills over here are just outrageously expensive. You wouldn't believe it. But so when we were in the States, I picked up one of these, which was small enough to fit in my luggage, and I brought back a bunch of rolls of the refills. So, but it works perfect, for this technique, because you can fit one on this side. And I'm sorry, those that aren't familiar with this is just a sticker maker. It will add adhesive to the back. So you can line these up in here, and I'm not going to take the time to line it up perfectly, but because I already have 2 of them already done. So you just run these through and pull them out the edge, and then you'd have adhesive on the back. Okay, and then essentially what you have is just a vellum tape. If I can get this off here. I think I'm trying to hurry too much. Okay, so, and then you can just peel each one off as needed. So here's one that I have. You can kind of get a better idea of it. And then what you're going to need is just a circle. And I'm only sharing this part with you because I want you to see that the vellum pleats really well. It's no trouble with pleating. And then I'm just going to stop and then, refer you over to Tim's tutorial. Like I said, the link will be at the bottom there. So I'm just taking this. Tim said to start from the outside. I'm not being too careful. Just kind of pinching. See how it's coming together? You see that? Sorry about the ink on my hands. But, okay, so I'm going to stop right here. And then, like I said, just click on the link below for Tim's tutorial on how to do the tissue tape flower. And I'm going to link to the actual video so you don't have to, search for it. But it was in his 12 Tags of Christmas, day 3. And let me show you the tag again really quick before I say goodbye. And this is what you'll, sorry, almost hit the camera. This is what you'll end up with. And I just added a vintage button there. Boy, it's having trouble focusing. To the center that I cut the shank off. So I hope that's been helpful, and I hope that I've answered any questions that you had about it. But as always, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to help. So just feel free to send me an email or leave a comment. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.